I ate a lot of sugar yesterday. I had a fucking incredible cake, which not my thing. But yesterday it was definitely it was incredible. But not my thing. Like I shouldn't do that. Basically, either way, welcome to this video. I want to just make a quickie for you guys, and I'm talking about stocks. We're gonna do a portfolio update. They used to be garage updates, but now I just tell you about my portfolio updates. That's it. That's all I got for you. Today, I sold my Tesla shares. And I want to make sure we are all on the same page. I want to avoid anybody confusing themselves because I don't know what you're listening to and what you're not listening to from what I say. So I want to bring it all here so that you understand moving forward where I stand with this, right? So that you can maybe look at the trades that I'm giving you and then think about it, do your own analysis and say, you know what, that makes sense. You know what, that doesn't make sense. And also, so that if you're looking at me and going like, this guy is a joke, he just makes car YouTube videos and now he's trying to tell me about stocks. If you look at me like that more and do the opposite of what I'm telling you, and I hope you succeed. I really do with all of my heart. I feel like you got to do something, at least something, right? So I am whatever you see. So if I'm just a retard and an idiot that does videos about cars that doesn't even make those anymore, you should absolutely do exactly the opposite of what I'm telling you. So that you can make more money than anyone because I'm an idiot. And if not, if you believe me, now I don't want you to believe me blindly. I want you to do your own analysis. And if it makes sense, apply this to your strategy. So one, I sold my Tesla shares this morning. And these Tesla shares that I sold, and I think this is very important, are not part of the portfolio that I've been talking to you guys about. We said, and this is the last time I'm going to say how much money is that portfolio, which is so irrelevant. The more that I think about it, it's stupid. I'm putting a portfolio aside for $250,000, just starting it. And the reason why is a lot of you guys and a lot of people in Spanish have been asking me, what do I do if I want to start investing right now? So I said, let me open a brand new portfolio and show you what I'm doing. And then you can do whatever the fuck you want, basically, right? So the number one thing I want you to understand is I'm not one of those guys that's just looking at any kind of stock and just investing in anything, just looking at a chart. I don't care for that. I like to know my companies very, very well. And when I say very well, I don't mean in details and getting to like so much of the little things, more like in general and be completely aware of them. This is why for me, investing in car companies and specifically electric car companies has been making me so much money. Because I love that industry. I understand it very well. I know where they're coming from. I know what the obstacles are. At least I think that I know, right? So in April of this year with the tariffs, remember that the market, like the stock market went to shit. I don't think I was making videos in English. I don't think so at all. And when I was making videos in Spanish, I told everyone, you know what? Right now, the discounts are too crazy to pass up. I'm going to start adding and buying shit. I purchased two things. I purchased Rivian and I purchased Tesla. I purchased Rivian at 1079 or 1089. I just can't remember right now. And I didn't check in between videos, which I'm an idiot for. And that's my average. And then Tesla at 216, right? 216. So I got my entry in Rivian and my entry in Tesla. This is a separate portfolio. I own Lucid, and I'll get to that in a second. This is the last time I'll tell you about this portfolio. Okay? This is my intention for you to understand that I'm not going to repeat these sales or purchases on this portfolio. I'm only going to talk about the 250 that I'm sharing with you guys. Okay. So I'm just for closure. I'm just giving you this bullshit that I'm giving you right now. So I bought my Tesla at 216. And this morning, and by the way, when I sell something, when I'm like, all right, I'm out because it's going to go to shit, I don't put a price target. I don't look ahead. I don't look at Fibonacci. I don't look at anything. What I do is, how much has the price gone up? Is it a brand new all-time high? Is it close to the all-time high? And what's the feeling that everyone has right now? What is the feeling that everyone's giving me? And everyone right now, this morning, was so bullish on Tesla continuing to go up when the news had already come out. What came out was Tesla had the best quarter in sales they've ever had. And this, I don't know if I told you that this was going to happen, but it's on Twitter, on X, whatever. But this was one of the most obvious things that is a surprise to a lot of people. And I don't understand. I actually understand why. Because no one's living in the present. I'm not here to tell you I can see the future. I can't. I can't. I'm not here to tell you that you can learn how to like read the future and have like a gut feeling. I can't. But I'm here to tell you that if you pay attention to the present, not to what the news are saying, to the present, you're going to absolutely destroy everyone because no one is here. And I'm going to give you proof right now in what I'm saying. Let me ask you all something. There's going to be a lot of you that are going to say, I don't believe what you're saying right now. So you don't have to comment. You can comment in it, whatever you want, but you don't have to comment on this. If you believe what I'm saying, I want to know why. Okay? So here's the question. In 2025, the United States government, along with the biggest funds in the world, which are American, are making people spend money, are begging people to spend money. And the way that they're doing this and the way that they can enforce behaviors, as Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, says, not to be mistaken by BlackRock. Mr. Fink is Jewish, so I'm afraid he might have one of the tiny peckers. Now, I'm not sure if that's a real thing or not, but that's what they say. I have nothing here against it or for it. I'm just saying it's not Blackcock, it's BlackRock, and it's Larry Fink, the CEO, who said to everyone, who told everyone that they can make people behave the way that they want. And they can. And the way that they made people buy things this year is by fooling everyone that inflation was coming. So first they started telling businesses, buy inventories right now because prices on your inventories are going to skyrocket. Cool. Then they told everyone, dude, buy a regular car. Go to Ford, go to GM and buy a car right now because prices are going to go up. We already made enough jokes about Jim Farley. I'm not going to go there right now. So everyone went and bought a Ford. Then they told everyone, dude, Swiss watches, this is a Casio, Swiss watches, Rolex, Patek, blah, 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 are all going to be worth a fortune. Go buy yours right now. And basically did this with everything, promising everyone that inflation was going to come later this year at some point. Why do you think the government did this? Why do you think they made everyone spend money? When they saw at the beginning of the year, this is what we saw, a drop-off in consumers like crazy. I'm talking about at least 20% to 30% off the bat from December to January. So why did the government made everyone buy things? Why? And a lot of you guys are going to say, because they're telling us that the prices are going to go up, dude. It's because they're so good. Has the government ever helped you for real? Now, for those of you who really think and can see the obvious, because there's a lot of people that have to watch the news and the people that repeat the news, for you that can see the obvious, the truth, the one that's not wearing a veil or anything in your eyes, for you guys, the question is, why do you think that is? Exit. And if that doesn't make sense, it'll make sense. Exit. That's what it is. Okay? So when the government started doing this, when they started telling everybody to buy these things, whatnot, it was April. I realized, you know what? Everything is too cheap, too fast right now. I'm going to start buying things. So I bought Rivian, I bought Tesla, whatever. That went on. Rivian right now is up 25%. Or it was in the morning. I don't think it's up that much anymore because it had a big dump. And I'll say this. I'm not selling my Rivian shares. The reason why is the margin that I'll make after I pay high capital gains taxes on it, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'd rather keep my money in the stock market for over a year so that my capital gains become 10% or 12%, whatever the fuck it is now. Way lesser than what they are right now. With Tesla, I don't have that problem. With Tesla, I already made 114%. So of that, if I'm paying whatever I'm paying to the tax man, I'm good with that. And also knowing that it's going to come down. So for Rivian, I don't think the stock price is going to go way, way, way lower. but I think it's going to be around there. So that's a pretty good place to start accumulating even more for me. And I'll be giving those zones. Yeah, I will be with a new portfolio. And for Tesla, for me, is kind of like the same thing. I don't think it's going to go way lower. I think 190, 180 is doable. The best case scenario would be 160. Like if we win the lottery, 160. And the reason why, one more time, is, and I'm not trying to predict the future, I'm telling you what's happening and what's happened already. We made the video on CarMax and how CarMax sold a lot of cars and then nothing. And now they're in trouble instantly and they're down 70%. That's because they sell directly to consumers. So they finance directly to consumers. And what will happen to Ford has happened to CarMax way faster. Okay. So Ford also has EV cars. So that's helping them through this quarter, just so you know. But when I'm talking about straight to retail car makers like Tesla, Rivian, those guys instantly get the punches and the pumps, right? So these guys right now are about to experience a drought, the biggest drought they've ever experienced. And they're going to have the worst sales of all time because they made everyone who was thinking about buying a car to go buy it before prices went up. What happened, by the way, a day right after Tesla the government cut the $7,500 EV tax incentive, Tesla announced that they would be giving $6,500 break in price. For you guys to understand this, that means the government used to pay that discount. Now Tesla has to pay that discount. Now Rivian has to pay that discount. Now Lucid has to pay that discount, right? And on top of that, they're not going to move any units right now. Nothing. So in 30 days, you're going to see a way more aggressive price drop happening. So they fooled all of you guys that bought a car right now. But that's irrelevant. All we care about is stock prices and narratives. So you're telling me when Tesla has way worse margins than ever and the lowest amount of sales in volume ever, and every single time something negative happens to Tesla, media like CNN, Fox, whoever, what do? Do they help? Do they support Elon Musk? Or do they stomp on his fucking balls? They stomp on his balls. They fucking want to see him fucking get crushed. And what happens when that happens? Everyone that can think for themselves, which is 99% of people, and that's fine, are going to say, EVs are dead. Just because TV's telling them, and then the people repeating TV's telling them that. That is the opportunity that I've been waiting for. That is when I'm going long for a while, because that will give me the best entry in the shortest amount of time for the biggest price fucking hike ever. A lot of people asked me yesterday on the chat, do you invest in Bitcoin? I don't buy Bitcoin spot, especially not right now. It has to be on super discount. And for example, everyone's hyped up on crypto. If I would have bought Bitcoin on spot in May, which is at the bottom at 76, to right now, to all-time highs, you're up 66%. It took a year and 2 months to get a move that's 100%. In Tesla, to get 114%, it took me 6 months. You understand? I'm not saying I'm against Bitcoin or I'm for Tesla. I'm saying everything comes at the right time if you know what you're looking at. And that's my focus. That's what I do. So now, just to clarify, because I also have an IRA portfolio and I have Roblox and I have Coinbase and I have all these other things. I keep averaging into those stocks. Those stocks, if I mention them for anything, forget about them. The only thing that matters is what I'm going to do with the portfolio. And in my portfolio, which, like I said, this is the last time I'll talk about the number because I hate it. This new portfolio of $250,000, I'm allocating 8% total to Lucid, 8% total to Lucid, 50% total to Tesla, 25% total to Rivian. And then the missing 17%, I'm going to decide as I go. All right. So just want to be clear. Now, have I purchased anything? Yes. The Lucid position is started. It's not finished. I'm missing 1/5. No, 1/4. 1/4 to deploy it all. Okay. I still want to average down below. Uh, and like I said, I might be up on loose at 35%, 40%. Well, I'm not interested in that. I want lower prices. I want to continue until they hit that breakthrough. Same thing with Rivian, same thing with Tesla, because they're all hitting different breakthroughs in the category that they are right now. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Just want to make sure that it's all clear. I know this is not a garage update, but I hope this helps any of you guys with everything that you're going to make. Have an awesome fucking day. Go out there and enjoy and take care. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. No, I do.